Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mr. Flipwagon YouTube channel. I'm Mr. Flipwagon, but you can call me Mel. And today we are taking a look at the KanJpz 105, or as I call it, the Flipcannon. If you are familiar with World of Tanks, you can see that this thing is basically a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen hull with a higher caliber gun pasted on it. And since we call the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen the Flipwagon, it is only relevant to call this thing the Flipcannon. What is interesting about this tank is that it actually kind of existed, or well, it still exists. Unlike the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, the KanJpz is a real tank. Its design process and prototyping started year 1960 with the German companies Henschel and Hanomag, and the Swiss MOWAG manufacturing them. It would enter service in 1965, and in total 770 vehicles would be built, and they would see service in West Germany and Belgium. When the Soviet Union started taking their T-64 and T-72 main battle tanks into service, the Flipcannon became essentially obsolete, since the 90mm gun could not reliably be used in long-range combat against them. The producers of this tank stated though that it could be armed with a 105mm cannon, which is the variant you see on screen, but from my knowledge they never swapped the guns in real life. Some of these tanks would be instead converted into Raketenjagdpanzers by removing the gun and mounting anti-tank missile launchers onto them, and others were turned into artillery observation vehicles or Beobachtungspanzers, just by removing the main gun. In World of Tanks, both the 90mm and 105mm variants of this tank are present, albeit the 90mm was removed from sale due to how utterly poorly it performed. But the 105mm variant still exists and is available for purchase with real money, gold, or free through the referral program. In-game, the KanJpz boasts high speed, good gun characteristics and camouflage values, but lacks DPM, armor and hit points. In general, the KanJpz is a classic sniper tank destroyer, with the addition of good maneuverability and high speed for it to relocate quickly and easily. Right, okay, time to check out what's going on in the battle. So this battle takes place on the Berlin map, and since I am a lightly armored tank destroyer, I am basically forced to go to the south side of the map and hope that I can get shots on something. Which sadly enough is quite rare, since most of the fighting happens on the northern side of the map, near the city area and Hugo Bridge above the Spree River. This will probably change with the upcoming update, however, since Wargaming decided to redesign the southern end of the map and add a lot more hardcover in the form of just a lot of buildings, creating almost a smaller city area at the south side of the map. While a change was needed, I feel like this is quite a poor change, since I feel like a lot of historical accuracy just flew out the window with these changes. And when I play on this map, I really like the historical feel of it. I enjoy seeing the monuments and buildings like the Reichstag or the Kroll Opera House, and I generally like the feel of the map. I just hope that the new changes don't ruin the map for me, that it will still feel that it has somewhat of a historical vibe. But speaking of historical accuracy, or rather of historical inaccuracy, what is historically inaccurate about this map? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is the bunker at the center of the map. From what I know, it never existed, but an interesting fact is that it is actually placed on the location where the Berlin Victory Column used to exist. Yes, it did in fact exist between the Kroll Opera House and the Reichstag, but was moved to De Grosse Stern, year 1939, in preparation for building the Volkshalle and creating the quote-unquote Welthauptstadt Germania, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. Other monuments that were moved along with the Victory Column are the Bismarck Memorial, which stood in front of the Reichstag, and the Moltke Monument, which stood in front of the Kroll Opera House. Wait, it's Oh yeah, okay, the Moltke monument is still in game, in front of the Kroll Opera House for some reason. Um, Even if it was located, or I believe it was located, at the same time as the Victory Column was back in 1939. I'm not sure, to be honest, because the Moltke Monument's Wikipedia page is completely empty, and I can't find a lot of info about it in English and when it would have been relocated. So, if anyone does know, please let me know in the comment section if it's historically inaccurate or not. Other historical inaccuracies I see are perhaps the bridges on the Spree River. I don't think that there have been that many bridges and that they've been that symmetrically placed. And perhaps also ditch. The ditches in the center of the map, I believe the one on the left side didn't even exist in real life. I think the right one did exist, but the left one I believe has probably been added in for the sake of symmetry. But yeah, other than that, of course, there are historical inaccuracies like the town area, adding buildings to once again make the map more symmetrical. But other than that, I don't really feel like there are too many other massive historical inaccuracies. I believe that this may be one of the most historically accurate maps in World of Tanks. Up to date, really. Like, when we think, I mean, Minsk actually may be a more historically accurate map, but to be honest, I'm not a Minsk expert. Well, I can't say that I'm a Berlin expert either, so it's kind of just looking at the maps and the histories from face value. Right, so let's actually focus on what's going on in the replay. I've been talking a lot about just history and just random things in general. So most of this battle has been a uphill just battle, really. We have at first we were losing quite heavily, but we eventually managed to pull ourselves out from the ditches, and we're actually turning this game around. And now it actually looks pretty good with a 13-11 score. There are only two, I believe, tank destroyers left, and we're trying to cap right now. I'm personally hiding in the bush because, well, I don't want to die. As you guys can see, I'm completing the 10th tank destroyer mission, I believe, for the T-55A, and I'm almost about to, or let's say if I win this battle and if I don't die, then I will get it, I will be able to have done it with full honors. And here is the Su-130PM. And we put a shot into him. And we've actually been very, very lucky with this battle. We have gotten a lot of shots. A lot of shots have hit because, I mean, to be honest, this gun is marketed as a very, very good, accurate and reliable gun. But from my experience in other battles, it sometimes really isn't. But in this game, it really looks like a star. It looks amazing. And well, a lot of things in this battle have gone in our favor, really. Like, the enemy hasn't necessarily pushed in a lot and very aggressively. We've just managed to kind of like pluck them down one by one, and they haven't pushed us. They haven't ran away. They've just kind of stayed there and let us just win this battle and let us be more successful with it. So now I am also in the cap, and well, we're going to try to cap because I don't really want to go and try to get myself killed, even if I could probably go and try to find the last tank destroyer. I still, let's just say I'd prefer to stay alive. And yeah, if I would have gone for him, he was on full health, so I think that if I would have gotten spotted, he would most probably have killed me. And there we are. We have officially won this battle. The cap, well, 10 seconds for the cap, but still pretty good and a very, very close battle. Let's take a look at the post-game stats. Here are the post-game stats, and as you guys can see, This is an ace tanker, but there are not really any other medals than that. It's just clearly because I relied heavily on my team to get this result. I couldn't really scout on my own, I couldn't really go and tank shells. I relied heavily on my team, and I think that the biggest reason why I got an ace tanker was just due to my team's performance. So I want to thank them, and yeah, as you guys can see, I did get 5k, a little over 5k damage, which is pretty damn good in my opinion. I managed to hit some blind hits that I took during the battle, and I came on the top of the team list base XP wise with 1,300-ish base XP, which is again a pretty damn good result. And also, if you guys look, the WZ111 GFT and the Skoda T27 also had cracking games this round. And then last but not least, the economy, I managed to get 187k credits profit, which in my opinion is really damn good. I think I ran a premium account during this. I'm not sure. Yeah, I did run a premium account. I didn't run a credit booster from what I know. I may have had a clan credit booster, but at this point I don't remember. It's been quite a while back. But yeah, a brilliant profit. I didn't use any gold ammunition either, so this was in general a very fun and a very good game and result. Anyway, I've been Mr. Flippo again. Remember to stay awesome, keep flipping, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!